Konnichiwa, Naked here again, and today we're looking at this package. Why? Because this package is taking a little while to get checked and to come back to me. What this is the ROMs for CarnEvil. So, what I thought we'd do is put the ROMs in and see if the board will now work with after all the work I'm doing. I'm going to have to open this with just one hand. So, I've dropped it and got it right. Let's see, right, so let's do this without showing you my dress, because I don't want people knowing at the minute. Okay. Okay, here's the little red packet, and inside this we have. Oh, this is my original one. What was it? I can't remember. I don't know. In here, we have the CarnEvil ROMs. Yep. So what we're going to do is, notice I fitted the new sockets. I don't know if I mentioned that on my other video, but I've done that. What's that? That is the U95. That would be the sound ROM. Let's not put this in the wrong way. Don't want these to blow up. Slight, a little bent, but we'll be able to get these in, hopefully. Right. It's going to require a bit of skill to get this in. Oh, there we go. It's starting to go in. Just as I was about to leave. Okay. You going in? Okay. What I'll do is I'll pause this and then I'll come back when I've got them in. Right, and now the next thing to do is hook this up to my TV setup over there and to see if it works. So again, be right back. Alright, skip to morning of the next day because my camera decided to lose all its battery. Anyway, so I've got the ROMs in, like I said last video, and what I've been doing to this board over the period of about 4 days, 5 days, maybe a week. What I've been doing is just going around reflowing loads of points like the RAM chips, some parts over here, some resistors over here, resistors over here, resistors over here, you know, anything that looked corroded I've been doing, and these are falling off and they just need to be cleaned up and put some more sticky thermal paste on. Anyway, and yeah, I've been messing about with the dip switches and it works. Well, it doesn't work fully, you know, but it's at least doing more than it did. However, one concerning thing is I've got a multimeter here, and ever since I plugged this board in and it blew up that capacitor, always, whenever I've been using this harness, I've always been testing the continuity on the pins, right? So I've just literally been going like that, checking to see if they're actually connected or not, and it doesn't look like they are. And hold on a second. Okay. Sorry. Just double checking myself just now. Yeah, right. And here's the multimeter, and if I put this onto the 5-volt line and put this onto the ground, it comes up with, well, that low, which doesn't seem right to me. In fact, continuity tester, which I'm not going to use because it makes a beeping noise and I'm not in the mood for beeping noises in the morning, it just constantly beeps. Now, it should be fine because the power supply over there will turn off when there's a short, but it's just concerning. It means something I've done or something somewhere is failed and I don't know what, and it could be the reason why something isn't working, but I'll show you what is happening. So if I find my little switch to turn this thing on, it always gets tangled up in this jumble of mess. There we go. Right, let's turn this on, shall we? So it's doing. You notice I've not got a gun board attached because it doesn't really do anything in a minute. You notice it's doing the exact same thing it was doing before, but if you let it wait and give it 5 years, there you go. You see the lights are flickering now. Speaker's just been initialized. Now this is what it's doing without the hard drive attached. It's just going into a watchdog loop because it can't find the hard drive, which is fine, which is great, because I mean, you know, the code's running and it wasn't before. So clearly the CPU is active, and quite a lot of chips are if the board's actually booting up. And if I get you turn this off firstly, and I find out where my hard drive actually is for this. Where did I put that? I swear I had it about before. Oh, I know where it is. Just give me a second. Okay, I got the hard drive attached. You'll notice this is actually a SATA hard drive. This is because I can't find the original hard drive at the minute. So what I did is I downloaded a copy of the hard drive from MAME, restored the image to that. I've got it hooked up into the SATA to IDE converter and powered up that. And yeah, let's have a look, see what it does now. Now, I've already tested it with the hard drive, and I can tell you it's going to do almost the same thing, but a bit more. Again, you have to wait for it to turn on, which takes a while. Okay. Alright, now it's going to start doing its checks, which takes about 5 seconds before these flick on and off. It is taking its time, isn't it? There we go. Now the sound's been initialized, and going through its tests, hopefully. There you go. Okay, so now it's actually, I believe this means it's into the test mode, because you see there, it's blinking like there's data, or at least there's code running. There's no hard drive activity though, and I mean, this sounds like it's in the game mode, and my belief for that is if I change dip switch U8, switch 8 down to off, it will do a different result. Now that switch is the test mode switch, so it will go into test mode if you turn it on at boot up. Now if I turn that off, it should go into game mode, and again it's going to take ages to come up, so I might pause the video and get it up to thing. What the thing it's not doing though is the speaker isn't doing as many crackling noises as it was yesterday. So I don't know what's going on there. There you go, it's getting into the checks now. Okay, it will take a second. You'll see the hard drive light flicker on for a brief second when it's loading. Actually, while we're waiting for that, I'll tell you, I think one of the other things I did is this jumper was actually set on backwards, and that jumper is actually to tell it what what type of boot ROM it's loading from. So I think that was partly the reason why it wasn't working. Okay, sounds initialized. Is it going to do anything? Okay. There you go. Right, now it's putting into the game mode, and here's what I believe is going on. You see that light down there? That means it's streaming data off the hard drive, not just loading, streaming data. Now, CarnEvil, on its intro, has a boot cinematic. It's got, basically it says a sort of poem or a lore, and then it goes on to this scene how this boy approaches a tombstone and puts in, well, basically brings back CarnEvil. However, now, must be that, it seems to be that to me, because it's loading loads of different videos, and off the hard drive, but there's no sound, and more importantly there's been no video at all. But to me this seems like it's actually booted into the game, which is fantastic to me. So I'm not sure whether there's a fault with the video circuitry, or there's a fault with the audio circuitry, but something ain't working, and I mean, I have no clue what. I've been working on this for a while, but yeah, so CarnEvil, if not fully working, is at least working better than it was, and presumably, if I'm correct about this, it's going into game, which is great. Yeah, I think partly the reason it wasn't booting is because of these dip switches here. We messed about with the ones that I got from MAME, and it seemed to boot further. So kudos to MAME team again. Anyway, I shall persevere with this and try to make more progress by the end of the day, but no guarantees. Thank you for watching and hope you've enjoyed.